Alright guys, we have two main things to check out on the Evo 10 today. First things first, of course, is that oil leak. I looked under the car, well I'm looking under it right now, and there's no oil on the ground. That's a good sign, but then again, yesterday when we were checking out the oil leak, it wasn't leaking unless we were driving the car. Even up in the air with the motor running and in gear, it wasn't leaking at all. The second you go drive the car, it'll leak, and I'm pretty sure it's coming from the oil pan. It also did almost look like it was coming, after like looking at some footage, it looked like it was coming from in between the motor and tranny. The only thing that could be from right there would be the rear main seal, which in that case, that would mean we would have to pull the tranny and the clutch, the flywheel to get to that rear main seal. So while the oil pan's wet, it was already wet yesterday when we left it. I should probably clean that up, get it 100% dry, and then we can go drive it. I'm pretty sure it's leaking right there where I added that little bit of sealant. See that hole right there, right in the center of the screen right now? That is right in between the motor and trans. And I noticed a little bit of oil right there too. So if that's the case, the train is gonna have to come out, which isn't a big deal, but I don't really want to do that right now. I'm gonna clean up this pan, we can go drive the car. So I said we had two things to check out today. I never told you guys what the second thing was. We gotta see if all those lights on my dash are off. I had the battery unplugged all night, so let's see if that took care of all of the Christmas tree dash we got going on. Nope, still got it though. It's a little bit strange. I'm gonna have to plug into like what system could scan all that? I don't think a Evo scan could, but I do think the other system I bought for like the e-tax thing that we were dealing with, I think that should be able to take care of all those. One thing at a time though, I need to figure out this oil leak, make sure that's good to go, and then we can move on to all the other lights. This car is getting there though. It's coming along. It's always a thing when buying cars that don't run, is you get them home, and like when you get it running, there's always little things that you would never be able to tell if you bought a car that's already running. If this thing was running, I would know all those lights were on. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna crawl under there real quick, but before I do, I want to give you a little update on my knee surgery. So here it is, if you guys want to look at it. Under those little white things right there was the main cut. It's like an inch long. There's 4 total incisions on my knee. Physical therapy starts today, so I'm excited for that. I cannot use my knee whatsoever. I was able to shower for my first time by myself without Bobby's help at all a few days ago. It's weird trying to get in and out of the shower with my quad. Literally doesn't work. Like I can't flex it, I can't do anything with that. So I think that's the main thing with physical therapy, is trying to get my quad to start firing again. If I take this brace off and try to walk, I will 100% fall on my damn face, which is crazy. The doctor said I need to keep using crutches, even though I can kind of limp around without the crutches and my brace on. He didn't want me to like get used to limping, just so when it heals, I'm not constantly limping around, because that's how I walked for 3 or 4 months. Total recovery time, I keep getting asked this as well. It's about 4 to 5 months. It's a very long recovery. Of course, you have seen over the last few days, I can still work in the shop. I can still do my thing. Yeah, I know I should probably be sitting on the couch, but that's not who I am. I can't just sit around and have a bunch of broken down cars. Another question, very commonly asked question, what actually happened to my knee? It's called an MPFL reconstruction. That was the official term that they used. It might sound kind of crazy. They drilled 2 holes in my kneecap, one in my femur, and added another patella tendon basically inside my knee. And the reason they did that, my kneecap would always come out of place. It probably came out like 30-ish times in my life total. Quite a few times. It started when I was super young. Yeah, that's the gist of it. Let's get to work on the car. I'm gonna crawl under there, see if we have any oil leaks. If we don't, we should be good to go. Looks completely dry. Dope. All right, let's hope it stays that way. I have physical therapy in like 10. I have to leave in like 10 minutes and I have a bunch of shit to do. So I'm gonna be taking this car to physical therapy. I shouldn't be driving a stick. I'm like, you know when you fix a problem or figure out the problem and you get like anxiety when you're about to go check it? That's how I feel right now, like super anxious. But yeah, it's not leaking, so I'm gonna go take this car to Spokane and I'll stop on the way and make sure it's not leaking at all. Oh man, it's cold outside. So far, everything is going really smooth. The reason I checked under my car last time is because I smell burning oil. I don't smell anything at all, so I think we should be good to go. All right, we are all done with physical therapy. Let's crawl under this thing real quick. Oh man, this car's such a disaster inside. Look at that. Rip. Hell yeah, brother. It is completely dry under the car. I'll make sure to get it up in the air and actually check it out. As of right now, we don't have any leaks. We're good to go. Sick. If that's the case, we can move on to the next big thing, which is figuring out all of the dash lights. I still have a feeling that I don't have a problem with every single system on this car. Guess what car I drove?
Wow. Really?
Yes.
What does this mean for me?
Do you want to drive it?
Yes.
Maybe to the gym?
Yes.
See how it is?
Yes.
Compared to yours?
Yes.
Okay, let me eat my chips. Oh! Mine. Should we get a cold start?
No, I'm not really thinking so.
Yeah, let me get a cold start for the boys. Wow.
I didn't know I was driving a grandma car.
What? Isn't it quiet enough, bro?
Huh. I'm a little confused.
What do you think? Pretty snazzy?
Pretty snazzy. A little bit on the quiet side. Different, but the same. This is a different key than both of ours too.
What do you think? 1 out of 10?
After we clean her up, she'll be mint 10.
Mint 10 out of 10?
Yeah.
I understand you would like to buy it for 20 grand since it's white and we like white better than red.
What? No, I like red way more, honey. Sorry, but I'm not buying this stupid, stinky fly car.
Alright, so we are back at the shop. Bobbi has a weird obsession with cleaning interiors. Bobbi really enjoys cleaning interiors, so she's going to take care of the interior on this car while I mess around. I think the next step is to try to figure out all those lights. Let's get this car in the shop and get to work. Here is a before of the interior. It's pretty freaking dirty. Check out the back of this one, guys. So I got eTax decoder loaded up. I had to update the system to 5.4.1. So I'm gonna sell that bitch on eBay.
Whose is this?
Probably yours.
Beautiful.
I'm gonna plug into the car and scan everything, see what is going on. All right, guys, here is an after of the interior. Bobbi did a killer job as usual. Here is the back. Sick. Not bad, not bad. So I've been messing around trying to figure out this ABS and airbag light. There are 3 codes for the ABS system. So the first thing I'm going to do is check out the ECU, see if there's any more pins that are potentially bent. I'll just update you guys throughout the day, see what we can figure out. So I did some reading online and it appears that all 3 ABS codes were related to the G/yaw sensor, whatever that thing is. So I took apart the center console, noticed there's 3 plugs disconnected. Let me show you guys. So right in here, there's a plug there that's missing. there, and I compared it to the half-wrapped Evo, and there is this sensor that was missing on this car, which plugs in. I know it's kind of hard for you guys to see. That guy plugs in right there. So I don't know why that's missing. I don't know if that's the cause for the ABS, but we'll probably have to reset the system, I'm guessing. But let's fire it up and see what happens. We still have all the codes, ABS, ASC, all that good stuff. So I'm gonna grab the laptop and try to just reset the whole system and see what happens. That would be pretty wild if it was just a missing sensor. I don't know why that sensor's missing, but it's definitely supposed to be on the car. All right, we got the software loaded up. We have these 3 codes, or 4 codes, I guess, for the ABS. So yeah, guys, I don't think that sensor does anything. I looked it up online, and it shows it's a keyless operation buzzer or something along those lines. Just to be sure though, I am gonna reset it if this e-tax decoder starts working soon. I'm trying to figure out where the yaw sensor is. It's like a yaw/G sensor. I know it's somewhere under the center console, but I just have to find it. So this is where we are at with the Evo right now. Completely torn apart on the inside to get to that, what was it, the G sensor, or it's up under there. And it looks like I haven't really made much progress. I can't figure out anything that is wrong with it. I did go online and found someone with the same exact 4, was it 3 or 4 codes? I think 4 codes, and it ended up being that sensor was bad. And the reason I don't pull it out of that car over there, I've already messed with that car so much. I messed with the ECU, the e-tax, what else? A few other little things, and I don't want to keep messing with that car until if I was running and driving, I would have no problem pulling that yaw sensor out and swapping it in here. I don't want to keep swapping parts though, because I don't want that car to turn into just a parts car, which obviously it's not. That's my baby, and it should be up and running soon because my head is officially done. But I kind of want to get this thing done first. I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of losing motivation on this car. I feel like we've had a lot of little problems with this thing, and it's not all that fun to work on. So I maybe just throw it like in the back field or something and work on the half-wrapped one. I don't want to do that though. I want to get this thing done. What I think I'm going to do is order a new yaw sensor, because that one thread I found online, same exact codes. The dealer replaced the yaw sensor and it fixed the problem. I'll try it on here. And like I said, I don't want to pull out of that car just because I don't want to turn that car into a parts car. And not only that, it's kind of a pain in the butt to get to. So I'm just going to leave this car completely torn apart, and hopefully I can still drive the car just to like get it out of the way. But yeah. Man, oh man. If you guys have any comments or suggestions as to what it could be, I think everything's kind of connected. I'll throw the codes on the screen right now for you guys. If you have any comments or suggestions, drop a comment down below. You guys are always a super big help. All right, I don't know if this thing is gonna run or not. As you can see, it's pretty torn apart, but I think I got all the major components plugged in. So let's give it a shot. Hey, sick. I'm really hoping that the new G/yaw sensor will fix the problem. If it doesn't, we're gonna have to do a lot more digging, like research-wise, and figure out what exactly would throw all those codes.